But in the last quarter of the 20th century, the Irish Republican Army, the IRA, did actively begin to target British political leaders, leading to the most audacious attack yet made on a sitting Prime Minister by a terrorist group. The IRA, for example, did not generally target the royal family, as it was believed by many on the Republican side of the argument that killing the Queen or some other high-profile member of her family would have been counterproductive and lost the organisation a lot of support. However, in 1979 this rule was apparently relaxed when the IRA blew up Earl Mountbatten of Burma after planting a bomb on his fishing boat while he was holidaying in the Republic of Ireland. Mountbatten was the present King Charles III's great-uncle and was uncle to the Queen's husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, and of course a member of the extended royal family. And his murder struck at the heart of the British establishment. But it was counterproductive, due to Mountbatten's status largely as a war hero, having been Supreme Allied Commander Southeast Asia in the latter part of World War II, an extremely popular person amongst veterans and the wartime generation.
Supreme Commander Mountbatten inspects his units in the Manipur sector. Battered enemy tanks dot this territory, just wrested from the Japanese.
And many on all sides of the argument in Ireland did not believe that he deserved to die. Irish-American support for the IRA in particular, with them furnishing money for the organisation, was severely affected by this act. Thereafter, the royal family was off the table. The Prime Minister at the time of Mountbatten's murder was Margaret Thatcher, who soon became the top of the IRA's list for assassination. The first attempt to kill Thatcher was made in 1984 during the Conservative Party conference in Brighton. Thatcher and her husband Dennis and many members of her government were staying at the Grand Hotel on the seafront in Brighton. The reason for targeting Thatcher personally was over her handling of the 1981 hunger strike. 10 IRA prisoners had starved themselves to death in British jails because Thatcher had resolutely refused to change the status of IRA prisoners to political prisoners from common criminals. In 1982, the IRA started serious planning for Thatcher's death. They knew where and when the Conservative Party conferences would be held for the next several years. And eventually a time bomb was planted in the hotel 3 weeks before the 1984 conference in a room on the 6th floor, the IRA believing that Thatcher would stay at the highest floor up in the hotel. This was of course during the period of the very violent miners' strikes, and the IRA believed Thatcher's security outfit were expecting trouble at the hotel from the miners and their supporters. In fact, Thatcher took a suite on the hotel's first floor, that is the second floor to our American viewers. The bomb consisted of 105 pounds or 48 kilos of gelignite fitted with a long delay timer from a video cassette recorder. The bomb exploded at 2:54 a.m. on the 12th of October 1984. The force of the explosion caused a 5-ton chimney stack to crash through several floors of the hotel, leaving a hole in the hotel's facade 30 feet deep and 15 feet wide. Thatcher herself wasn't injured, though her bathroom was completely wrecked. She had just left the bathroom when the bomb detonated, and according to experts would have been severely injured or even killed if she had been in the bathroom at the time the bomb went off. The bomb killed 5 people and injured around 34. The IRA continued to develop plans to kill Thatcher throughout the rest of the 1980s. One idea was to leave a large car bomb on a street near Downing Street, where the Prime Minister works, and remotely detonate it when Thatcher's official car passed by, basically a giant IED. But this plan was vetoed by the IRA's Army Council in Belfast, as it would likely have killed and injured many civilians, further lowering support for the IRA, because the area around the entrance to Downing Street and Horse Guards is always thick with tourists.